was your 4 mama kwaba eba wo #1 entertainment show so ye Biribi Gye Gye Wo media happening live wo Onua TV someone munim say adepa de ye kana adepa entertainment trending news celebrity gossips any ne keka ho nyina dia and there you can't go without Ghana's sweethearts a drop Bruni papa bi Monaguchi and that me na medi edwumadi mu chia me and that the studio have ye de enu nti me ba no me sheda de honey e share me kanim Edibaye. Biribi Gye Gye Wo media can say you streaming live ewo Facebook and uti bomodin ya ne ko Facebook Onua TV ko like your page ne share ye fi won so ye be se twetwa ne nyina edia to YouTube kama amamu na mo anwenya kwan anhwe ne ende no obetimi akọ YouTube Onua TV na wakọ akọhwe Instagram nso ye be ma mo update ewo ho ye ka mo say your WhatsApp line is you very much active until no start to send the shout outs and ye ne nkofo be di nkomo start chat WOHO trending news WOHO no mo your panelists nso ebeje o makonwa nti adwen kire de wo pese wo kan bia wo shout outs ne bibia obetimi dia fa 055 7723872 055 7723872 I heard there cry my activity studio line because me take my voice ache me fans no me take my voice ache yeah that darling lemon drink as so much you asem me dey twumedi ebremo dani den nyina say me ka kire mo ice cubes no unya yi a fegu glass mu ne hwe darling lemon no guso netina se ohun se Biribi Gye Gye Wo no ye start a na we tasty na we feeling na we zoze na we send o shout out so amame GMR Industries Limited omo enomo your producers of darling lemon drink me da Miss Neat Beauty Studio ase say we say me na we try makeup kama na oba hema meti akonwa so na o hwe TV ne grandpa ase me hu ye wa shin so ntimi ndum TV no Miss Neat na wama me hu aye fefefe sa na wama me papa she Miss Neat Beauty Studio me da mo ase na Judy Morrison so na wa hye me atade kama efa ye do die adepa GH will stand by obre trending news enu nti mamento kokonsa bat no emma adepa GH owi a atwa bruni na me ankasa me the main kokonsa no na me de atwa so
left the iron out of the cage. From what they me took a nap and me never wake. Me ain't no lion and not the same. Should you run up your mouth about the food place? Who say you money done? Be mad people where me come from. We murder them and them grandson. Them finna say me are the one and only the last done. Them lifetime dirty. No more can let you kill me up and never betty. Should them know me in the future, so them never rate me. I will let me now, like when they ever face it. What? What try me to win the quantity, your day shit. Infedio, Bemming, for me, raise the 9, no show pity, your body. Infedio, Bemming, me clock 19, busting on them face. I make them brain flip like a book page. See the blood feel like a toothpaste. Watch out the money shake, obituary them late. Me insisting, busting on the face. I make the brain flip like a book page. See the blood feel like a toothpaste. Watch out the money shake, obituary them late. Beat them up. Time off, we speed them out. Them try spot the youth, so we fish them out. Them little dirty bad mind need an antidote. It's like a movie now. Drive by when we pull up at the candy shop. I'm like a walk, I'm a shot. Me take to taco. Anywhere them there, we go for them. Like the Interpol. Squeeze and clap the matic finally. See we done them easily, no referee. Can none of them, all of them can murder me. Them say them father me, but them not act like family. Put me in them in a cage, me I go show them how me do it. Them a brag about them sick, send them to the pharmacy. See them down with the margin like say I be all I did. But take them out to say a trick, cause them a anti-cage me, but me say no. Me go shut up, fuck them belly. But for me to win the quantity, your day shit. Video, Bemming, for me raise the 9, no show pity, your body. Video, Bemming, me clock 19, busting on them face. I make the brain flip like a book page. See the blood feel like a toothpaste. Watch out the money shake, obituary them late. Me insisting, busting on the face. I make the brain flip like a book page. See the blood feel like a toothpaste. Watch out the money shake, obituary them late.
Abusan for Biribi Gye Gye Wo dwumadi and I will share fe na waso o television set na and the screen goddess me and I meti ho yi se meti hanso na de na wonim se entertainment ne de mabɔ ne bede and na me de ba besoa mu efa ye du yi mpamocho bebre ye du ye star chat segments aha and you get it up close and personal with our celebrities and me ankasa me doba me babo ye de me ndi ne ho agro ka Ghana ha sei ba ne talent ye ka artist or more talent and you say Ovakot sina mic nechi na wo ye eyo there be we onya abotre no ochro nwumpa ochro enwuma emu odru na wa wote nwum na atimu say yes he is communicating something to the public episode mene no ewo ahanomu say na enche bia nso sefa ensaba bekan ye ensaba ka sefa na ye de enkomode no so atwa so na episode and that I be fear what about my main chain definitely na send them no need traffic
yeah
me am shams me bani ampa is it me di traffic mo no so di traffic next onim say any mama the time here adwuma pa bibi aboko there me hu wa chem enti na ya won frɛ me ana wenya girl bi asese a oji attention every me say
any phone
impero bibi aboko
be fine
na obi say me betena se a first question na me bi say on say yeah white dots na ya ode fa wanim no ai girl ni say me bi say e dey nti na ya ode fa wanim no because it makes you look like a ritualist or something
exactly
but no girl no so crash wo so pa but who say dey nti na say
I'm not a ritualist. I'm a born baptized confirmed Anglican exactly
okay
let me say if I should between in so I'll just blend it.
Tell the baby fra Anna.
You've been crying.
We didn't cry mum never fra. Okay.
What happens most of the time is you too quiet. People tend to ask where we are from. Because Omunim say when the word dancehall comes in mind, then Ufi Jamaica. Yeah. And everywhere I've gone around the world now, we dress like them, we sound like them, we have locks.
Exactly.
And then sometimes the patois too. So Emma
patois note.
Kakra.
Inti me kase inti upesa kase bia Monaguchi me ena me ho screen swinging Ghana has screens ni nyina so me na me ho fa say na beka no patois am.
So if I should make it simple.
Yeah.
Monaguchi had the baddest Spanish screen, you know. You know, so but Ebanesa we lost our identity. Well, and then the fact that Mayor dance or no, I definitely need. Sometimes it's nice to feel as if say somebody will compare you to the Jamaicans. Okay. But then again, no, coming back to your real self, no, you lose identity. So I just decided to incorporate my arts into the music. Okay. Send me a painter. I'm a graphic artist. Okay. And this is what I came up with because where definitely you see Depot.
Yes, of course.
You know, you would have Fela in mind.
Yeah. And
all that. So it just tells people that I'm an African with another African identity, even though my sound is not like that.
Oh, okay. All right. And abaya na obe send me message on Instagram na o se me ba no crash one so no ba usro dotted we na won anim no pacho explanation is say otu kwan ekwama no ne no represent Ghana ya na opese odi bibi ekire say in fact ofi Africa and as ofi West Africa and ba say the Nigeria for no so omutu kwan ya otimi hu say omo yo mo videos kra na omo flags ni na emu ni ade no eno pepepe na meba no nti pacho meba no also opewo nti no onya ritualist na say you know let's do a brief bio
exactly
na ye ka say episode who is episode you we hin unyi we hin fan
me and Graining 100%.
O ma me no papa nyina
me ma me have free Elmina
and that's a fancy kakra
exact fancy kakra
okay
your friend me Theophilus ni ade otu
Theophilus ni ade otu
exactly me papa ye juma was Standard Chartered Bank me ma me music fully
okay and o ma me no to nyum kwa mu
DB obo wola me kakra the band the cultural groups yeah
now ma me ka ho hey some for me pa mo asem wow
obo kakra me ma me mo twins nti
anybody who knows
yeah
oh lovely
Ibahin omo boy Ibahin kakra and then they played Khalifi in Europe for like 15 years and so the whole family is actually music. My older sister is also into music. My junior brother, jazz band in Germany.
Wow.
Yeah. Me go school on Koko Secondary School.
Okay. Or basic no starting for him.
Better Abusokan. Because me in Kakra Abusokan before I went to dance to stay with my grandmom.
Okay.
Until from Bethel and I went to Nkoko Secondary School. Okay. Yeah, visual arts.
Okay.
2004, 2007.
Okay.
Me and I'm degree in arts at Ganata College of Art.
Okay.
To me 2011 and I'm in a scholarship, so I had to do the guitar art kakra.
Okay.
That's how come I have the art background and then the music as well.
Okay. In around what time? Who school in na enyum to no ewo wumu.
Yes.
Yes.
Me were primary no. I used to represent my school at Fan World ne Kida first na there, but it was just the love of it.
Yeah.
And then me my mom back. I think it was the same premises. Gamma Films. I'm be recording my album. I used to follow them. So I had a little know-how. And now I'm call rehearsal as well. If I was saying Art Center.
Okay.
Back then. So yeah, the music was always there, but it was just for fun.
Okay.
Until I think it was around 2011. I won Ghana Dancehall King and Queen competition.
Okay.
That was when I decided to take it professional.
Professional.
Yeah.
Okay. Inti enyum to na dey me pese me kasa bebre because enyum to na dey say one my good songs no back to back sa.
Exactly.
But if I do yi yenim say Ghana music no challenges kakra in terms of getting a good record label to hold you down and then also say you be promote enyum no because sometimes enyum no ye but say you be hype no and say you be turn no and you be marketing it's a challenge.
Yeah.
What do you know? What is your challenge that will go through to say?
I think say I would say this on record that I've been one of the few artists who have been favored around this time to be through this to a decade. I haven't signed to a label yet.
Wow.
Yes. So it's just me and my team, very good bad boys, and we've done this. The challenge is, I'm not to say Ghanaians don't like good music.
Okay. But
there are few artists who attention is not really given to them.
Okay.
And we have so many artists, the likes of Akan, Walasi, Weala, Drake, Shika. There are so many artists. It's just because these artists decide not to be like the regular artists. So we are always boxed into certain space. But I wouldn't dispute the fact to say it's been like 2-3 years now. I've really got so much love.
Okay. Because
I decided to throw light on different topics that people were scared to talk about.
Okay.
The love have been good. I only sometimes feel like I'm human being. I'll feel say, Charlie, the work, they move. But then again, I'd love to count my blessings more than complain about what is not doing right. The challenge is every day you would get challenged because you're looking at who is promoting the song, how to even shoot your videos, who to talk to, who's your friend, where the song is gonna go, who is in that space with you, who's competing with you, who has bigger crowds. So the only thing I do is try to make my craft unique than the rest of the artists.
And so which man surprisingly, so no internationally no.
Exactly.
Much love.
Exactly.
Yeah. The love out there, it's
crazy. Well, I see Airborne Access Festival in South Africa today.
Exactly.
With this band. Yeah.
And ufeli say Ghana hano. Ufeli say the people want you to do some particular kind of song and some of my accept it. Anything different from that song, is going to be very difficult. So
yes and true. Okay. And then sometimes no. Okay. Yes, because in our genes we love to dance.
Okay.
So people actually gravitate to songs like that more than songs that will take much more promotion and all of that. And as he's saying, so labels is not really working. Okay. To have an indie artist push all these things, because for artists, the system is not really working. Individually,
the system is not really working, and then
I'm talking about everything.
Which is from the creative arts
side
perspective.
Exactly. And then I know there's talks about the royalties and all of those things. You're indie artists, I mean independent artists.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll crack off first because looking at the ultra video 20,000. You're recording the song.
Ultra video now 20,000.
It's even more.
With me video 200 million and above.
It's more, yes.
A video now, muko jina cloud and also na mucha.
Exactly. She Odeshi, the one they played before.
Yeah, it's a nice video.
It went beyond 20,000 because of the things that I had to put in the video.
Wow.
Yes, and most of the time too, I tend to direct my videos. It goes a step beyond just original car who be in our trap video, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a whole lot. It's humanity. I think this side, we're getting there. We're getting to that space where people get to appreciate. Because and I'll be who will be like, oh, I was streaming your song on Spotify.
Yeah.
That is a good plus, rather than just going to download the song. But if we all are able to learn faster, not only the artists, from the DJs to the promoters and all of those things. Because now, if I have a unique crowd, I mean, say these particular people, they are just 100 core fans. I can play at Alliance Fans and take money.
Yeah.
It's good for me. So you would have artists. That is why in Nigeria, no, even though Wizkid is making it, all the artists, you have the likes of Adekunle Gold, Simi, and all those things who don't have that kind of, you know, sound that everybody's jamming to, but they have their fans and they have their crowd. You know, we're growing. Now,
Ebano, in terms of maybe I have for performances, no, it means there are some particular kind of artists be more Ghana Hanu say as a program no ye frere mu.
Yeah.
Me person me who say Mona mutunyum sabe yes I'm trying to condemn the others that you've been calling, but I said mutunyum na say tie mu lyrics na you people are focusing on something.
Exactly.
Mono a day in tina ya yen time fremo some mumbe performing and all that bigger platforms. So it's like every time we see the same faces all the time.
Exactly. Personally,
management na and selling na say
I don't think so. Because check it numbers, the numbers that some of these artists pull on their platforms, it's crazy. Example, we mentioned Woyala. I think Woyala should be one of the best-selling artists from Ghana. If we should actually pinpoint somebody, yes, to represent Ghana on like the Grammy stages and all of that, Woyala has that potential. But then they say, you're also looking at the promoter. You're looking at who is investing into the event.
Okay.
So then again, they'll also go in for who can pull the numbers, one. Because we don't really focus on performance. We focus on hit songs to get the shows running. It's quite different from money. Exactly. It's quite different from the other countries. Say if you book Woyala, she's going to give you a performance, whether you know her song or you don't know her song. Or you book episode, she's going to deliver. Basically, most of the time, is about who has the hit song and who the crowd wants to see.
Yeah.
Into me saying, what I've decided to do is I create a whole space for myself, get few fans and perform. So I started an initiative called Lamajo.
Lamajo,
yes.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, so Lamajo is, it happens twice every month. I get to bring artists. It's also a training ground for artists to play live sessions. And the beauty about Lamajo is anybody who comes, we sit on the floor.
Okay.
So there are traditional mats on the floor. You get to have traditional drinks. You get to interact with artists, build connects, whilst live band is going on. So it's twice every month. We have a place, and so it's more of like the intimate sessions between artists and then their fans, you know. And I think with that, Unim say every 2 weeks you have 50 people to come and enjoy music from your space. You would not really want to worry about saying fro or big shows. That is what I think every artist will have. If you have your own space that you can, you know, get few fans to enjoy music, that's cool.
Internet is you are not all about the money.
No.
What you can offer the fans. Once say you are giving them good music and then they are digesting it well and they are enjoying it. No, that's all that matters to you.
The money is one part, but I also believe in legacy. Okay. Legacy in the sense, I don't think Bob Marley won an award or won a Grammy when he was alive. But then his estates alone, you know, or Fela or the rest of the artists. Yeah. So as much say we all want to put food on our table, I also believe in legacy. Because me baby, what did the father do? Will she be proud enough to say, oh, this is my father's song? Okay. So I also look at that because me show me mommy what my mothers have left. I can I can't put dirt on their name.
Okay.
So I also need to continue that good legacy. So every artist and then their individual ideas and legacy they want to leave. Okay. Mine, making the money as well, but also leave a legacy that people can appreciate.
Okay. Now, me interview King Jerry.
Yeah.
Na lamenté on the fact say more that sort of crime music. Ebane say Adani Best or no Adote Tito, any Trigmatic, Gasmela. I say Muya Nyomopa. I mean danceable songs.
Yeah.
You know, a bit to say especially King Jerry name
Luther
Mo, Screwface Mo, Ni Funny Mo. I say Munyomono, it's danceable, Uko baby or mobile. But a bano say be a nominate him for awards and I say ye be mamu awards no. I say it becomes a challenge. I say King Jerry can be or say there was a time he was bitter. Say I then say ye dey enyomo nomination ye dey Emma obi fufro. Womra ono ne nyum na agi baby a say nka ye dey ma ono. And I say organizers na ba ko ka say so person who starting award and they start ye twi nyum.
Okay, Ebia, that is his personal encounter. I'll take it from two sides. Meka say, I'm not taking myself out. I'm a gun, so I definitely need to defend my people. What happens most of the time is, I think artists are free and we get too comfortable.
Okay.
Because and most of these songs hit around the coast.
Okay. Before
it gets to this part of the town. But what happens is, one, have we branded ourselves enough to be appreciated as artists who can take their music out of that side? Another thing too is also who say these award schemes, it doesn't really say that okay, Memawa awarder, then that is you hitting the Grammys and I'm a Memawa awarder, that's the end of your career. To me as an artist growing up, I had this idea that if I'm to box myself in that space, ebehame. So I know that people watch me and they don't even know that I'm a guy. It's because that kind of mindset has been there. Say, oh, Nkran 4 there. You know, and then we are also not doing music for just people around where we come from. Yeah. It's universal. Say, if the masses are cheap and then they buy the records, I think it's not bad to blend it in between, oh, yo, Ghana, then you can blend it with the chi and all of that. There, one packaging, branding, and then the sound itself. Okay. You know, yeah. Okay.
All right. Ebusian for Biribi Gye Gye Wo dwumade na still a wo hwe me ne me ankasa me doba episode na me ne twetwe enkomo. Efa yedu me pese yekotie ne nwom baako embra wahala no moma yenkotie embra sisia na yemfa dwumade ne nto aso.
At long last the battle has ended.
Episode again. Very good bad boy.
Ghana, your beloved country is free forever.
Plenty questions, no answer. How come we dey sell the contract? Biggie lifestyle, small paper. You make it celebrity, the shopper for counter. We get eyes but can't see. Bribery and corruption. Our leaders he take it but don't give. So make a ask, Kuma, where you there? No be you talk say my beloved country is free forever. But still we the suffer. In Kuma, where you there? You know be you talk say my beloved country is free forever. But your people still the suffer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. While I day, where the money go, while I day, where the money go. Monday morning, Monday suffer, just to eat some bread and butter.
things they spoil, we know they bother. You they use $4 million just for soccer. Cause big man go taking car. This kind of things I know they bad. Them say that you're free, tell it be like the West man for colonials. We again before we wise up. Welcome to Ghana. When you see TV by force say you for Roger. The church it any business center. Sell a sticker to protect me by the preacher get the bouncer. Ask where them day? Our missing children, where them day? The takra they get see where them day? Me I'm not afraid to say Kuma where you day? No be you talk say my beloved country is free forever. But still we the suffer. In Kuma where you day? No be you talk say my beloved country is free forever. But your people still they suffer. While I day, where the money go While I day, where the money go Problems after problem, too many talent, but tell me who go support them. You promise my people 1 district, 153, but we never see them. Plenty million branding bars, but in the hospital you treat people like trash. ECG or PDS, tell me who I go pay money to before I get to life. The drop city leaders are paid in dollar. Duty so high, goose they rot for the border. Musicians know they getting royalty, they give you money for creative industry, but still we they suffer. Go come and go kill Ghana man. You come to the ghetto, come brag. They use are tired with the lies and the fake promises.
Ebusia for wahala nyom no na okote ye ne sem ka chemo say meba episode die obonyoma authentic enyom no is communicating something na mo amonti ase no say nkroma where you dey yeah ble na mo kai some time ago I say one of Nkroma's speeches okay bibi say Ghana for say na bisi fa di dom yi sanka mo pese ye bie pipe kra na nka milk ne free mu ba nka me osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah nka me ya mamo papa no de not done my pa episode. I want to know the inspiration behind that song.
I think it's
because
actually,
I hope you know it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it has really given me enough respect in the society now. What happened is, I think I was from studio anywhere, so I decided to visit my dad in Mamprobi. Okay. And then when I parked the cars, like people I grew up with, my childhood friends came, yo, super, I mean, okay.
Hey, super.
That, you know, that's how they call.
Oh, that's your nickname?
That's how, like,
they call streets, you.
That's how they call, like,
okay.
Super, I mean, okay. Super, I'm going to you know, and the truth of the matter is, I didn't have money as at that day, but I was looking very, like, sweet.
That money is kind of mushada.
Exactly. Okay. So then I'm asking myself, yo, this life we're living. And the thing is, we actually represent the streets. Okay. If I am able to use my music for people to jump in the club, then definitely there has to be a time I use my music to educate. And I've been doing this like every year. I dropped a song for Mandela, I think 2014. I did for Kofi Annan. I remember we were having the show in Canada. Yeah, and you did the song for us. Exactly. You remember? Yeah, I do. You know, so for me, I thought it was cool to speak about some of these things, put it in the music, and people took it as a political song. Okay. Which I don't think is political. It might be. It was only relevant for me to talk about Nyama AC, things that the people want to pass across that they don't have the voice to. You know, and that's how come Wahala Day. Yeah. I really love that song, and that song means a lot. Thank you. Now, Obia, as a country, no, exactly. Would so much love the song. They say name so me do enyum. Thank you. Ebusia for na mo se den na ko sisi. E fa ye do me baby girl wa ba bedu o. Me queen of queens. Ghana music no. Me hwemua first no na me do baba ko Ebony na wenya ne baby ko. Nyankopon fa ne kra NCA na when the she ebaye me say girl you were talent. Me share ya na se fanso and me say hey Ghana for girls si mo yade o. Girl hey mama nka bibi ncha mo ba sefa. Me steady girl no na me say I say rubber sem woni mu pan o because or sakra out me who say
Ewuraba nti say ne din Sefa no me mo na me friend na me lady Sefa eka ho. Pacho mo me nkohwe ni video ye mbra sisi a. Adepa eya nyom no oba maninsi wai nyom no ya maninsi kakra na ya na me sasa na me pen interferences biasa ebusiafo se mo hu nyom no and the lady Sefa na endemene ne eba bedi enkomo ono ne episode afi no we wie ne makeup baby girl
mama
hey me pe wasem papa
am so me pe wasem papa
o de mame choke ne kakra na mame line kakra na me nya yi na me mu say one
at love we choke. No be joko, it choke, cause this love it choke. No be joko, it choke. One, boy see pedede, guess who in Chile episode ampa. Mu pedede, guess who in Chile.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, one artist female artist me pe wasem pa. First of all, the way you dress.
Thank you.
A lot of people think say you need to be so revealing to be able to sell good music.
Yeah.
But it's not like that.
Yeah.
Dressing, it's always on point. You cover yourself very well. But a rubber samono, asano ka usakwa mu say a rubber ninanemu. You are naturally like that.
Oh, I think it's just something about me. I don't try to patch me to make up bro for me chini papa. Okay. Me I can't take the woman or the feminine side of me out of anything I do.
Okay.
And you know sometimes me share me one meant my dress like this so free. Sometimes too, I can wear something very nice and ladylike. Sometimes I can behave like a lady because I feel like in everything, even when it comes to dancing, as I say, it has to be a little bit of sexiness there. Say be who episode no who say obane wa han obema ne wa han.
Then say person LGBT asembia beba be ka hunti ne che say
okay.
O fans person say the only thing they know about Sefa is a great musician, very pretty woman, very endowed. And no munim. But my bio kakra, who is Sefa? Him.
Sefa is just a young lady, a woman, Northern region. I'm half North now, half away.
Okay.
And me too, for some time now.
Combination in the know she. Hey, mama and papa.
Me mama is North now, and I'm papa is Voltarian.
Okay.
And you know, me go school Ola girls, and I'm basing called Methodist near Accra Technical University.
Okay.
And I'm very quiet and reserved. And I'm saying, and I'm comfortable bringing anything personal about me.
Exactly.
And you know, yeah, I just love to do music.
Okay. Until we started, and then just say, we started basic school. I want him for. I be a mate crash. I want say, oh, sir, Stephanie.
Oh, my school need them a kobe because now my papa or social worker and we used to move around a lot.
Okay.
And you know, meet my boy if you call Jack and Joe, my call Mandela, my call
Jack and Joe, North Ridge.
Yeah,
okay.
my call
Roman Ridge.
Yeah, Roman Ridge. My call Mandela. Even me collaborate, me started from Northern region and so now me back Accra because echo school. Into schools need the baby.
Okay. Now senior high.
Me call Ola girls.
Ola girls. And no Volta region, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now back in school, no course Ben and now offer.
Now me home econs.
Home econs.
Yeah.
Nature, you had nothing to do with entertainment then.
No, but I was in the entertainment committee.
Yeah. Okay. Now we are home econs then. Nature say we need to add when say be a winning out by a caterer. A renowned caterer
na person me air hostess but obi want but na me was school na me we do kakra and obi that me say o me gina plane me better phone but
say apply for cabin crew or dem make cabin found they can't even wait to have you and now we need to ade hu no until at what point in time now decided say we be boy no to nchen na fe what started with enyum to
it was after SHS now once there's a period I will bet na fee answer na Wakosako University and me off here now I wasn't doing anything and I'm catching my say oh I want to start music because now me home for say episode on TV near that say Charlie I'm feeling until person me even you know I'm starting call studios near that and I'm starting so new more streets so ne clubs ne pubs
okay
and
around that time no na enyum to no who was our gift no hidden in you did na is this something in your family?
Yeah, singing. I think my family we like entertainment. My mommy will pass up, and yeah, they know baby I hobo super.
Hey, mommy baby I hobo super.
Yeah,
mommy she darling le mo na yembra o mommy side no.
Oh baby I hobo super. And you know, I'm say I take after my mom, but music need there WOHO for some time. Even when I was young, na me told you more church na.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Until o can search your parents no. On say parents no do na so one kase mama mpese me ya doctor na mpese me ya lawyer na o de nyum to ebem tete no so na o ka football so ya papa we ni so there was some certain occupations be a body na parents ne mpe until whole time na o kase o pese we ya nyum no what was what was her reaction?
My mom has been supportive since day one. They be because my mom there. She has always been there for me. And my papa na open school and say I before any school. The open school can't no problem. We say you a good student and you're in a good school. And why won't you just graduate and then do business or something? Because not a business or a business near the idea. But as time went on, he got to realize that this is what I wanted to do. And even my contract or signing a man near the idea. So my parents, they've been so supportive. Now, before we cast a person to they have some challenges, but me, no, I don't think I really had a lot of challenges.
And so, my no papa when because my they open baby a boss. So baby a boss in the end. Or do baby a boss the ban in your mouth.
She's very supportive of all her children. Or you'll be a otiwase. She's very open-minded into me.
And my siblings, no more to
yes, second born on my mommy's side.
But in all, no more
8.
And so both of mommy and papa.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now girls are here, and boys are here.
Girls near 4.
And boys
near 4.
Yeah,
happy family.
Into o siblings, apart from one obi so wo mu a opese ono so ode nyum to esi nani so.
Yeah, na my sister Penny back those times no used or not acting home sweet home. Near friend Belinda, but as time went on also school because I think say she only wanted it as a hobby, not like a profession. But in my family, I'm a first person.
What taking a professional. Around what time now we share Black Avenue? This month. Blackmore?
Na like 5 years ago, na me were lectures, and I me who say me a text message from my boss D Black.
Okay.
And a text message, he just said, "Oh, I've gone to your page, I've seen that you can sing." Because I'm posting videos of myself, some continue streets and now clubs.
Yeah.
And I say, I've seen that you can sing. Breezy and I want to start a record label. Are you interested? Into me who and I'm lecturing. Me madam say, but your D Black niana. Yeah, it's verified. Into me texting back, I'm catching and say, "Oh, I'm interested." But now I say, "Name mame can't answer because by then, no name mame." I go to places to go and perform on a low. Nam papa nim into nice and tenase kasa, no papa kasa and sana makako sign. Into me kasa we no kasa. Okay, Konyan share what will happen. So I went to the studio. I met Breezy. You were there episode. I have a song episode.
Oh really?
Oh, tenase also me say he knows.
Hey, me be
he knows he was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, oh papa agree no na money D Black a shall say. Okay. So far being with Desmond, how has it transformed your music career?
I think it has really built me outside being an artist. Once you're an artist, what matters is the vocals and just performing. That one is good, but then the business side and knowing what to do. Because once you get on a label, everything is not about the label or how we see it outside, that the label does everything for you 24/7. And I think that is what Black Avenue Music has taught me. Say, you have to try and do something on your own. You have to push on your own. Into Black Avenue Music, they've helped me in diverse ways. They be a car and I say, oh, label DSA. But I think they've helped me a lot in business-wise and then when it comes to the whole music thing.
And I'm manage you so say, as I say, yeah, awards for managers were Ghana they say man award because artists or manager or munina or mud them before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now Nancy you choke ne buy no. I think say you had songs before you choke ne buy but I say you choke no a be hit one Mr. Drew. A banner saying and out of other artists no a banner saying who choose Mr. Drew because the thing is he fits it perfectly. So I'm just wondering if you say Kim Promise or Kiddy or Kwame Eugene or why Mr. Drew?
And you know, after me releasing my growth album, now me was fear for some time. Me friend, me producer Ronnie, and I'm catching say, on sending me beats because once me releasing Sugar, now people love that side of me, that danceable surfer. Okay. I'm catching so on sending beats and kofobeti massa. Near sending beats. Immediately I heard the beat. Drew ne Bama Dream. Oh, beyond Bama Dream apart from Drew. Into my friend management, and my friend I'm catching say, Pacho, I have a song and I want him on. And he said, oh sure, it's your bar studio within hours near you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the same episode, say Nanka Ghana for collaboration because and then my topic be a panelist you discuss it. It has to do with Kwame Eugene saying say on easy any collaboration that now initially the people were thinking say Kwame is full of himself. Now adena as a sort of public radio so now or can't be bisa. And some of them video be peer me. Okay. Actually, more easy. Or no, and a yes, interview the first or can say, Obi to say Kwame Eugene on any collaboration. Now, if you are an artist and then you let's say you are versatile, you can do anything like Bibi Albert Miaya. Why should you be picky when it comes to collaborating with another artist? Because we are dance hall, right? Yeah. And then she's hip hop, Anna.
High life.
But also no one.
Definitely.
I think
most of the time.
Is it personal beefs? Number one, now say what is the challenge?
I think this side of our of the world, we don't really understand some of these things. I'm saying that because there's always that mindset that I am better than this person. So then again, it will take somebody who likes somebody's vibe for them to work together. Then again, it also boils down to the fact, say, other artists are easy to work with, others are not. To save the stress, no.
Okay.
Getting the person for the feature was a problem. Shooting the video becomes a problem.
Really?
It happens.
Because Michelle, Davido ni Darko vibes a year. What me who say? Oh, that become from where say fine.
the new generation.
Well, so what do you mean? No, but they are also new generation because Dako Vibes made sure said the video are tone crying
exactly.
But line and he was available for the video.
Exactly.
Video no so
over the years, for 2 years now, I mainly work with artists from the East African and South African space. I have records. I have actually an album with just artists from that side.
Okay.
You know, because Ujuha, they even appreciate you as an artist more. And when they say, you know, the vibe is there. Oh, Charlie, can we do something? It doesn't really matter if the person is big. I actually had an encounter with Salty Soul.
Okay.
You know, and then it was like very smooth. But I had no Obaha. It has to, it's stressful. It's stressful. Inti, me say, you know, to save me that stress, no. Me cry no enso me. Inti me ameto made.
Into abeto ade.
Yes.
Sefa, why experience something of that sort? Because I choke, Matisse said the video about Inti Munya na munfa bibi mboswe. The video bet me something really nice.
Yeah.
And catch that Desmond na Munya the first no nkona sa akwano. Onye free Ghana o won't in Kansas say. Na munti minye bibi. When your challenges be trying to collaborate with ebia artists be da wakoma so a wonim say bia we menene ya nyoma. Like makuma beto me yem at nipa na ema higgledy lifestyle be
not really per se with me no yana meka say de bia nyame adom nti no I don't live a life of the regular musician. My story is quite different because me know if maybe I want somebody on a song na me kasacho na me kasacho okay please I want you on a song near there even when toss me to my dream I say okay you are not ready. I don't think say maybe you have a personal grudge with me and also I feel like when it comes to music is a feeling, it's a spiritual thing in as much as we think say it's just something on mobile routine. Say me person maybe episode is a very amazing artist. I'm also an amazing artist. But maybe this particular song I want to release, the episode does not feel like for this particular song there is not for me. It doesn't mean that he's a bad person. It's just not his vibe. Because if he feels it's not and be proper, that is what I think.
And I'm also feeling say Obi to say trigmatic. Vibe, what kind of vibe? And it's on Mr. Drew and Yomono. Who bet many trade aye collaboration a be hit it big time.
Yes.
But me say me penyum pa me nim nyum to but me penyum. Nti when I'm sitting behind the scene me to me who say no enyum way say we be ma ebe fine. Me kai say Haja for real releasing the very first song me tenase me share enyum no tina nyam say and you they say wale voice to me bem. Say wale to me bem I think say anche ena oni wale baby. You know sometimes we observers no yes a coach. That's true. You no ball but who to play what.
Yes.
Sana de na kwakoye. Nti sesia na ye kasa sise no. Why ena mo hwa mo ne betimi aye collaboration na ebe okay but that artist is giving you a lot of difficulties?
Personally, I've closed collaborations for some time because I'm working on my album. Okay. And my album is more of a live album. I'm trying to introduce another side of me that people don't really know, which is being a loop artist. And the loop artist becomes you just see me play with gadgets. So I get to sample sounds from ABR, Insui, and our bottle and all of those things. So that's what I've actually been investing my time in. Until I perfect that side, I don't want anything to distract me. Yes. So Obesha, I'm just releasing my old projects so that I focus on that side. So for me, collaboration now, I just want to perfect that side before. But I'm so open. Anybody who wants to work with me, they know. When they send it, within 6 hours it's done. I send it back.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about you and Keche. Yeah. What was the inspiration?
So funny enough, people say I look like Andrew. Andrew looks like me. Anywhere we go.
I was gonna say that.
It's true.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like people call him episode, they call me Keche. So
wait. Let me go play the song before. Ebusianfo baby ayedri di as a tree no ayakabrofo sa so omo tree ne nse da enye. Mo ma yen kohwe on episode ene Keche enwom no mo yen kohwe mrasia.
We dance it. Very good bad boys.
Oh my baby.
Foxy on the beat.
Don't they touch my blessings, no be today. You don't tell where we started hustle. No they touch our blessings, no be
pay. No brand no day, don't mess with my hustle. Yeah, you know say no pain, no gain. Now my body pay. No brand no day, don't mess with my hustle. Everybody help me sing, I'm loud. Oh. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire on my head. Fire, 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 hey. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire on my head. Marabo my brand and come on. I promise you be no phone. You know they claim parts of the success story. As I they ask for help, no. For credit come tomorrow. You know they claim parts of the success story. Don't tell me brother, stop to support me for corner. Take me as your own, no. Don't tell me brother, stop to support me for corner. Take me as your own, no. Everybody help me sing, I'm loud. Oh. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire on my head. Fire, 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 hey. Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire on my head. Tell them anywhere we enter. See we coming with the fire. So we burn enemies and we burn bad mind and we burn every faker. So we work for the paper. Then you see we hit the holler. Me and no be jumbo. Can I be bulu bulu? Me and no be for the Christmas. So we dey pray. Say life go pay. Give me champagne to cure my pain. We pray every day. Say life go pay. Give me champagne to cure my pain. My dad kiosk to me though. Did you cry and me have comedy and no?
Hey, aye. Eradi Yakobo. I was your for me there asane nyum to the Yakobo de mama go benu ne ho. Eradi enyum ene asa. Eyem me den anso minim hu. Me ti be hwe. Me by episode so there. Yey, me tene so na sorry. It's very true. Only Andrew, yeah. Say you dreadlocks, no, any more heights, no. Oh, that's lovely. And briefly, how did you people decide to do the song? Because this was a perfect.
Yeah, offer me that he has a reggae song he wants me to feature on. Okay. So I went to the studio, and it was scheduled to be like a whole day session. But within 30 to 1 hour, internet studio, we weren't doing anything, and I'm like, yo, Foxy, Charlie, but beats be here. And he wanted to play a dancehall beat. I'm like, no, take me out of my comfort zone. Because me say definitely obebo reggae and a dancehall. And then he played this, and we know Keche, amazing artists doing dance music, exactly. So we just did it, and Joshua heard it. He was like, no, this song can't release without his verse.
I know, right?
You know, so he had to do the verse, and then we shot the video right after. And I'm like, yo, why don't we just have to drop it? Yeah.
And I think it's my skills are me
fast. Christmas banger.
You never tell me asa because so tell me about you and Sako Demo Fever, say Fever. Yeah, how did that also come about?
And you know, before me come South African tour, no, management nas near say, okay, if you are going to South Africa, let's do an piano song where we can get an SA artist on the song and then release it. And you know, you know, studio no, and you call Essence. I'm sending my DJ Tira. He's one of their biggest DJs over there. No, verse no sending mine. See about Ghana no. And I said, Ghanaians love my piano, but I need somebody on it that will make it like get stuck in their head. Because on betimato, but I mean, they'll just vibe with it. But if you have somebody on it that is really stuck in their head, they'll do it. Me sending my DJ man, and I'm kind of saying, Pacho, the bomber. Nanani and say obe diana he likes it or something. See, me send him man that evening and over back no can say, oh, King Sack person in the verse so but see space in new oben. I'm saying, what's up person in the verse?
Create the space, please.
Pacho create space. And me friend me engineer can say Pacho create space. And I send him man and we just got it back. And he loves the song. He has been doing amazing with it. Yeah.
And I think some more release video no so.
Hey,
say far. Some there no cry no. Me the mama designer say yempem bi mama you say me doba no na tade no de munya mama na January me birthday na me fanye photo shoot e fata woni say ne uroli o ponytail no it was so unique.
Thank you so much.
That's so great. Messages kakra wa ha me pese me kan messages is awesome. Okay, wow, episode, this song is so deep. I hadn't heard it until today. I am a Sac native, and I would like to join your gang too. This is Michael from Cape Coast. And you'll say, oh yeah.
Most welcome.
Okay. Michael, you say you are most welcome. You check Cape Coast for now. Good afternoon, Screen Goddess. I'm Dick Ryder from Akwetia. I love this show very much. And tell Sefa I like her very much. You are Dick Ryder. You didn't say we should greet episode. You are saying they should greet Sefa. You say you're a bad boy, Dick Ryder. We are bad boy. Mona, please tell Sefa I admire her and her music so much. I'm her big fan. She should keep pushing hard. Linda Tots from Tesano. Okay, thank you so much, Linda. Good evening, Mona. I'm really enjoying your show with your chat with episode and Sefa. Thank you so much. Hi, Obahima Mona. Sefa is one of the few musicians I love so much. I love her dancing skills. Big ups, dear. Peter Dell Senior from Akosombo. I am Dorcas from Kumasi, Feyase. I have a small girl who is 2 years old. Tell her that my girl like her song. Oh, okay. So please tell her to continue. God will help her. Because say, 2-year-old Akola. Now Akola ne say, ye too ichoka. Ne say, ni baby crazy na. It's your sin the band per wasempa. Hi, I'm Nana Kwame Bonsu inside Accra. Tell Sefa that I love her. And I love her sneaker.
Yes.
And the way she talks. Yeah, okay.
Me will be.
Hey. Yeah, ready. Sefanti, yes, Saturday meeting me.
Oh man, don't worry.
We have to twin.
Saturday, okay, then measure me dear.
They are twinning. Simple. Okay. Mona, I love your outfit. Thank you so much. My outfit is from Judy Morrison. Ewu Kumase. And I'm follow no Instagram also. Judy Morrison. Mwenya the same thing. Ashe. If I doing yeah, be wrap it up. Into you episode. What do you want to tell your fans? What should they look out for in a few minutes? I
think it's getting to the end of the year. We should all stay, positive and safe.
And also your social media handles so they can follow you.
Exactly. The new one is out, featuring Keche. So just go grab it on all the streaming platforms. It's on YouTube as well. It's episode music. Yeah. But my episode is with an X. So it's EPIXODMUSIC. Okay. Very good bad boys.
All right. My baby girl, please tell your fans something. Hey. They say more from events be a memenko. Hey, but when it's Sefa performing, if I'm dead, I'll resurrect. I will come. Sefa, tell them something and give them your social media handle so they can follow you.
Yes, please. I don't have fans, I have family because you guys have been so supportive since day one. Thank you so much. And I know, this past few years and year has been so frustrating, so take it easy on yourself. I have amazing songs out there. The new one features Ken Sarkodie and DJ Tira titled Fever. The challenge is coming. You would love it. And please do it. Send it to me on my social media handles, Sefa_GH, S3FA_GH, and also on all platforms.
Thank you. Now, Anzana me release me bano. Me pese last week you say we events be last week. And I know me one friend me mama. Lamajo. No, the men yes me pese. I say what be na me family ho.
Next 2 years
me friend me show I Fafa Gamashi blogger.
Oh yeah.
Ono de unim na wo fa na chi na we invite me show abeka to say queen number. But for the fan so obonze the morning of the show, no, I shut up by Minche Ofie. Also, on the home fan of so that. Was the one about Minche or bedroom? No, say, oh, episode show, no, yes, a cost of fire. Oh, sorry,
yeah, yeah, Lamajo. So, Lamajo, just a creative space for people to come and enjoy live music. Okay. And the amazing thing is, Oba Betina form. Because we have mats on the floor, and then everything you see there is just an African environment and live music. And we don't put too many artists into at night. You just have like one artist or two artists. So there's not enough space to perform a whole catalog. That's what I say. Yeah, and then it will feel. So if you see me post about it, it's Lamajo. I think we're having a can and then another artist. I think Yao Stone for the next one. Oh, okay. So and
the next one, the invitation, the Fafa Gamashi blogger. So
definitely, man.
Yes, I did. Sefa, when you fever no, I think for director Nyabotre Masum Shishemi. But Sefa fever no, Yeah, kwakoshe. Yeah, they are no better rap up into me pesa my few lines na nsana yakobo video no amankofo into my few lines of fever no.
It goes like da da da. Came with my girls to the turn up. The way I'm dancing, you think I'm looking for love. Hey, ododonfo, ewo, ododonfo, sefa, ewo, air vibes. You know, you have to go and catch the vibe.
Thank you so much. Today is like my birthday. I am so happy because my son is here. My son episode is here, and he's really fed me with good music. Yeah. And I'm a baby girl, so I'm gonna say now. When I will say up till now, all the music streaming platforms and download this Sefa Fever. Now on Samsung download it. Catching a episode there. And I mention because me in some fuya mehi. Ebusion 4-star chat segment me ne Sefa any episode and ya twetwe enkomo bomodian ne ko follow mo e social media platforms na afen so music platforms na omunwom ni nyina run wo hono bomodian ne ko stream $1 ne ayi ne enye hwe mon ko stream na mon support me mano emma me ebusion 4-star chat segment Biribi Gye Gye Wo adwo kroni papa bi monaguchi mama mincha me hona mi go tie Sefa enwom no emra na efe dwumedie no ento aso ne mu oha
Feeling the way I'm dancing, I could be working for you. Give me my girls with the turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Be ready, bust it down for the dollar. Give me my girls with the turn up. The way I'm dancing, you think I'm looking for love.
Come and give me a little teaser. Monica, Jennifer, Kimberly, Nicosi, Keisha. Open up to me, mama, seizure. All the men I can't shot tardy. Cause I'm in love with your body. Probably go me room to Sagari. So we'll put mama to me, can't be Gary. Creep in the room like a silent killer. Let's have an exchange, Bryce and Tiller. See if I will body, they make a hype on trailer. We a cool chick, but I got my eyes on the figure. Come talk to me. Give me fever. I'ma see you when I touch down. Relax on my baby. It's a vibe when I'm around. So fire time to time. Let me show you how I get down. I buy you everything nice. And no, we don't check the price. I give you the fever, fever, fever. I give you the fever, fever, fever. Give me fever. See that he like when I bend over. But Bell, so tonight we're taking away over. And mon baby, in LA aujourd'hui. I know you looking, but I don't see. Ego be.
Ebusia for yes, and so mama kwa ba bi me ba Biribi Gye Gye Wo adwumadi so ye kai mo say darling lemon drink and no maso yasne ma ye de adwumadi ebem. Yes, streaming live and so e wo Facebook into no. But more than e ko Facebook, Onua TV, ne ko like ye page, ne share, ne catch na wo nyonkofo ne wadofo mo say omonye den omo follow yen e wo social media platform. YouTube nso e koso den wo ho ye twetwa ne nyina egu e de ato ho no mo ama mo na mo ama no ne mo adagye ama mo anhwe ne live no e wo Onua TV no uko YouTube Onua TV a ubetimi akwakohwe ne nyina e wo ho ba ko krapo sei ni wa ye be yi efri mu ama mo e fa ye due na che se ye panelist o maje o makonwa o matena se ne che se o motena se sei de ende se ya hwe ne ye kra court asem bebem ya hwe police nsu bebem ende firing say ende na fire ko wechi kakra aha de ye nko ye chikra Cindy Cash nso agina konwa CEO Cindy Cash TV wa hanom say na eba no revivism na ana wed no wed na Cindy ye kan say revivism ai brofo akese no aha eba ne sa de ende na celebrity teacher nso agina konwa ende enya sem ketwa na ende nso ye wona na Kwame Jan enso wa hanom say ya on ye ono nso ye be discuss hey na de me time no asa yi me menye ye me nana obe kan sika na so be dane paper na e say na wa ye kakra say won pese ba akokra be film aminda ne ni say abusiafo trending news and yama akọ social media and yenso yapeke and ye be di ho enkomo and na echemu a na say mu say bibi esi ye che say trendy continuously be say 3 days or 4 days then the next say ye anyumtuni world superstar dodo na friend David ni Davido ni di ankasa David Adedeji Adeleke and the nature say ni dino no o mama no papa wo no de to no ni birthday na saying na Davido video bi na oye video no chiremu a na waboa nkofo bebre our slogan be our social media we rise by lifting others nature say abrantie yi oye nyumtuni a ne sika no otimi de boa nkofo bebre but ni birthday no say I said de bia me boa nkofo nti me pese me nso me hu se nkofo dome ana enu nti oto challenge bi na challenge no me to amenya bi de e be birthday January 31st be to challenge ne se mo ma mi scare na Davido say me birthday and the sad dia mo ma mi sika na onim se wo dome na wo ye me fan na say wo ye madam fo a and the 1 million naira and the fato account yi mu and nkofo within 24 hours account and started with 32 million naira within 24 hours and na you do 200 million naira Nigeria for me nyampo na po mo chro do na echire na fans bi mo so de beto to abonzi say Davido jade oye no wo pese wo fa bronya ho e de we akokọ wa sheda na wo pese wo bisa wo fans sika enye say wo ye ayi bia na wa sheda na wo de nyansa kwan bi so e pese wo de jisika every wo fans so but Davido proved them wrong. Patch moment ko video yi embrasisia.
Ghana branch. Who Stoneboy. Medical.
I get them. I get how we don't be this.
I got. Oh, who else? I go say Shata.
Jaco fight.
Jaco. Shata wale. Send me money. CPG.
Aha. And they say wabodako vibes there and pamucho producer Adepa GH bomodiana Zemapel no fato ho mama na intermittently ne bo mama na eba ni Davido dia na na baby aye eyi yo ena Davido sika yi so eba ye na surprisingly no ni sika dodo na eba ye nkofo donate ye ni baby ni first baby mama Sophia Mamudu kra ampo enso donate bi na de o che sister die utimi hu so wa sipi say or G Davido a free chairman same by hook or crook into also send this can be na same way we say Davido after many years on follow ni baby mama no the first baby mama no wasanso akwa follow no net vibes on vibes near my koso Davido says sikana wajini nyina over 200 million naira no was setting up committee say omo enko orphanages like all across Nigeria na omo donate sikana nyina Famomo. Na Ghana one be medical make am say medical so send $1,000 Emma Davido. Na enye so was send say Davido mfe didi o medical support the good worker Davido edia to nani so ye Cindy I don't know about me show Saudi Arabia about
oh na na say that you
court oh
asa me no me now
we na about mobile court
yeah of course Cindy, I like your shoe.
Thank you. Jessica Simpson.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Okay. I'm saying I shall the one pa. Na me shall Sabrina bring na mo share Biribi Gye Gye Wo Onua TV na and then so ya ba ne de what you say ne aba. Bona.
Odo.
Ma mencha Mr. Francis Yeboah ene Nejuma Eko nyina. Okay. One say enkofo we omo kita adwen pa o.
Yeah.
Hey, omo ye me na be say entrekeshe ne ma de eyomude ye pa. Me kai ta ma Davido de beto amonse na wo ka say wo pesika no nkrofo fa honya zam keto a. Cho mu twabo no. Oh ye nkrofo twabo no say na de whole Davido pa ba bonten ska dia.
And yes you nkosere.
Yes you nkosere me person bo.
Ai.
How's your nkrofo?
Sister business Davido aba de na me nso.
Ano so ne papa yare. No, papa, I don't know stress. But I want to say no, David, where you fly.
Aye.
We just say obia ne strategy ne kwan fa so ye ne nema. Won say e bia na ono no oye na dwe say o Jesus ka no e de kwakoye donation. O so sika na wo so ani abra wo so Davido SSS no wo de SS kan de ma wa enye donation na kwakoye. Wo de kotwu anum, wo de kotwa de num speed so ati ase. Enti Ghana for na eya obi ye na ade a eya mema ye muanfo ana mema ye pentem emuaten because obi ya sometimes you don't know the motive behind it say nipa no eye saade no. Davido nya bi da enti mra Davido yes I won say Ghana for no omu nyina chese e de odobodom even de eye me won cry ye nua be ma medical it's me man $1,000 onim say
$6,000 Ghana cedi no
and easy can 60 million
60 million
okasa na ya no be bring kai
na say be mrewa for no ni we be kai
60 million so ati ase eno no otam the man but ono no na onim de na David di kwakoyi o but oyi na kuma say we den o de man no but the mekanya ne say na time ni so de be kono bi aba Nyamisha Davido say what dream Onua yes what dream
say the birthday no sanso ba be dibi was internet no o chena de kroma ya she
sikara loke
bibia no
baby ajake
thank you
Enti Nyamisha no na wa ma obi a ebi a orphanage obi a meka ne se bi kra na aduane papa kra de kra oni bi da kra no na wa ma san kwala no so enchese ani je kra omunya bi chese obi wo no mo kra no odwen se ono so kra de onka nipa ho na Nyame adom na so wagye ses kanya no de adoya ye kanya ne se onyame nhya ne yipa
na dodo na ho munnim de enti sika for de bi omunya sika no
oh yes
because nia wa ye nyankopon be sa so ehira no mo na me ne wo yete ha
says Ghana for ni sua
ebi
ye but omunsua ne mo sika na do so pa o
200 million naira no de sika
edoso pa and so mo make sure say ombra koma orphanage for no na enye fe
start chiche kra wo Nigeria
oh yes
mo ma ye update ni ade wa ya ade pa and ono ankasa so no de ma boy na me feeling more ne say sika no do 200 million naira no and ono ankasa so start 50 million naira at the count to make it 250 million no the man committee ne say omo ncheche across Nigeria nyina orphanages be a wo no widows obi a ohia bi an ne den ne nche ema no
na kwa life
Mona Davido we should establish the fact that he is coming from a rich home let's establish that fact onyo bi a sebio ekomde no
dabi
ana owura njum tomu so ode na ho odin eni odin ana ode abo adwuma which me establish that brand no ana enyo obi a ne brand no what to tunase for all these years okuta solid and respectful brand and is such a person no say oh me dey me birthday ntino me be say amafo nche miska we should also forget the fact that he's a business guy. And you know, if Udrin say okay, or a musician, he's a businessman, or will scatter the answer over and doom to him. It tells you that no. Or per se, or stay be in the atmosphere because oh yes, I didn't know and no dinner birthday. For all you know, no, there's a trend be on super say or tapping into it. But amount for Adrian Basso.
Exactly.
You know, who say no, these are the 3 things that I can do to also get a quick trend.
Okay.
And a farmer, no. Again, I see it to be something that young crop for you ought to learn. Because say, build a brand a fee in one. Anytime you put in a request, people are ready to accept you.
Yeah.
So the brand a fee one when you put in a request heading, because we are growing and no dike, but it turns out that okay, or the idea no kwa adoye do ko buobi.
Yeah.
Now my sister ebo ekutie bi, minim baby no bo ekutia nafa. You see, this is the person I no at the strand or said that.
Mama, me darling le moga kra na me de. Me cheers here.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Maybe. Wonderful. This is a person who decided to say that, and ya on ya no best radio. Or the never answer radio say in that. You understand? But this is a brand that you can't trust. You understand? No, I'm talking about brands.
Exactly.
Because obi brand no what to me I building in here to understand that also me yes I'm on for demand freely.
Yeah.
I'm on for at the channel J.
Because 1 million naira na kwakwa say 100 million tete Ghana.
Yes.
10,000. Bisa say hey now when it's what Don Jazzy no 100 million.
Yes.
P Square 100 million.
Yeah.
Messi like I'm ni baby mama crati me trusting enough crowd so 100 million.
Yes. So it means that in Nipano all these years, you know, what build it, what capital niche be a man one. What will resist so if he put in a request? You can't resist him.
Yeah.
Ni S girl kwa cheni bi. So it tells you that we
opese birthday nke be di one ho.
That's it.
Member of.
No one there. Ebi o tumi kai eyi bi.
Wa kai bi.
Oh yeah, because
some years back. Yeah, ebi o kai nkwe bi o twi some years back and good.
Okay.
So
the birthday no. The ex girl never needing birthday. Auto Range Rover. Expensive one at the coach.
So I think what our people can learn from it is that also putting a request and obia beboy.
Because the brand is
what build the brand.
Build the brand, yes. Until our people can also learn. Let's build that unity force, no?
Are you sure?
Yes.
When Rebecca so did the birthday, that
is the issue.
Because we'll be a move.
No, it is because all starting with a mindset.
Yeah.
And a mindset is but any possible.
Yeah.
And then when you are building a brand, build a brand that a bit may sustain you till the time you even die.
Okay.
But ultimately building a brand be see, a better level be never article unless you insult somebody and say,
that's Ghana brand, though.
Yes,
Ghana
brand. Yeah.
But you can build a brand that you won't insult anybody. You are there, you are go, always at a go.
Yeah. Some McBrown and I'm a McBrown.
Oh, you see,
brand number one.
Wonderful.
Then there's so far no pen or because of the birthday, man is sky.
I'm for
willingly.
Yeah.
So let's take a clue from the Yensia BB.
Yeah.
Na yemuso we are no yentina ho mande na momo e ochena entine we are.
Thank you. Revivism. And a revivism.
The video here, you know, it's an excellent initiative by all standards. And I work as a me taking the aspects of Ghana and say, Ghana and say, you know, when it comes to certain things now, we don't do them because of the filthy things we normally do. But I won't say the video, no, and Nigerians, no, ometimia support you all the way.
Yeah.
The love is there.
Yeah.
Or be like if fruit topper, you need to push other people so that you can also be pushed to get there.
Yeah.
But do we see those things in Ghana? No. Ghana na say obiane ni die ye pese me nkwame ye say ye pese me nkwame ye say that kind of selfish life no. Yes. I think say we need to stop it. One say the video say na wa carry ne hunu to dey beto one na etumi esasidi man no
24 hours.
Yeah, it me can na na me so me dey can media one aspect say medical idea pa oba movie other way around. I think say idea on ne wife no they normally do it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's medical say me fe video so ka say me so ba me school me want needy but brilliant students. They should come and support them.
And in America, ne fella makafu Musempa December year be me babe organize Monaguchi Youth Conference, Christmas Youth Conference. And they just say, "Ye youth or more bonse or money adwuma ne ade omutimi ebeba na ye ne omwedi nkomo ye ne omakasa say kenoforiata say the government doesn't have opening for all
the government payroll no
ayemma it and the next is mo pese mo ye entrepreneur ne ade no mepamocho ye be find time amamo say Monaguchi me sheda nya bibia sa da it and the December there is a do or die affair next is mo amunim there the medical ne fella makafu there we need to celebrate them because idea omo ye me da se wodo ye be your second topic so and the religion has done more harm than good. Video be ebe to social media na say hu asofo mo na omoma direction na say osofo timi e ka kire na sorry for say monko na green grass here wo hoi nyankopon hu nkonkrom say monko na monko re green grass no aba osofo aden na o yesa da be na Yesu ka asem no o de mo menko video ni brasisia.
There's an epidemic in Africa right now, which is worse than cholera, which is worse than malaria, which is worse than HIV, which is even worse than Ebola. This epidemic is called religion. Religion has caused many problems in Africa. We see Muslims and Christians fighting each other. We see families falling apart because of religion. Siblings not talking to each other. Children not talking to their parents because a false prophet gave a false prophecy telling people that their mother is the cause of their downfall. And their mother wants to kill them. Your own mother who carried you in her womb, sacrificing literally everything to take care of you. If she wanted to kill you, she could have done that while you were still a fetus. But you believe a pastor more than your own mom who loves you unconditionally. I see people dying day after day because a pastor told them not to take their pills and that they should fast and pray and that everything will be okay. Meanwhile, this pastor takes his family to the best doctors in the country. I see people buying anointing oil, holy water, handbands and stickers for protection. Meanwhile, your pastor is walking with bodyguards, with full security in his home. I've seen poor people giving these fake pastors all the money they got, and they'll go home empty-handed and hungry, starving themselves and their own children, while these so-called pastors driving expensive cars and live in mansions. The Bible says, lack of knowledge, my people perish. And it is true. People are literally perishing because we've thrown away knowledge, wisdom, common sense, and understanding. We keep following these con artists, these tricksters, these false prophets like sheep to the slaughterhouse. People are doing dumb things, being physically and emotionally abused right in front of the congregation, and at times even on national TV. It's very appalling, some of the things that these preachers ask their members to do. Some ask them to drink detergents. Some kiss and touch their members sexually. Some even go to the extent of body slamming their members, all in the name of healing and deliverance. It's about time people wise up and stop falling for this scam. Let's stop worshiping these so-called men of God and worship God himself, because Jesus came to die so that we may have a relationship with him, and not that we may have a relationship with him through other people. He died so that we may become his friend. The Bible says Elijah was a man just like us. He prayed earnestly that it would not rain, and it did not rain on the land for 3.5 years. The same power that lived in Elijah is the same power that rose Jesus from the grave, and that same power lives in you and I. So stop moving from one pastor to the other, asking them to pray for you, asking them to deliver you, and pray over yourself. Pray over whatever situation that you're going through, and God will surely hear you. If only you have faith in him, if only you trust and obey him, nothing should stand in your way.
Hey, video hey no. Nia eteke o me fancy no. Eye omona omuri inra no. Na Yesu ka se inra. Ha! Omu winra ne san so nka dietitian bi na be ka kire o say esese ori ayi spinach and I say kale leaves na do be ka so there be bedi fufuo onya yi you don't care about your health but also for ka kire o say kotete nra e wo foma emponche ene ayi enkramapo no mo winra cattle omo winra no and there unse na omo wi no nyafo na me hu say pregnant woman bi so ye de na yesi ne yefu so say Now the man is so to say hokoga na ye to no twene ye no. Yesu kasa moto nkofo twene sa. Wo de ye bebem na me was shout out bi wo ha me pese me ye ma me nyeri answer because ye remu say there until say ye be wrap it up. Where your birthday message? Happy birthday, Catherine Emefa Amuzu, Onua TV, and this is from director Kwesi Selassie. And sister Catherine Emefa Amuzu Pacho Kwesi Selassie say we show a happy birthday. Nam so a big shout out to Micha Lakeside for you now. Matesa Biribi Gye Gye Wo dear no. Thursdays ni Saturdays dear. They run say ya na mobo na motimu TV so echi akopem time adwabro ni papa bi mona gochi mema me homne so. And then na Kofi brand na Kofi do na for puzzle ye chia o monkoso na mohwe Biribi Gye Gye Wo dear. Martin onso mohwe Biribi Gye Gye Wo prosper monso ye chia mo na Ashes munyina monkoso na mohwe Biribi Gye Gye Wo dear. Na nipa o campaign so said de bia monhwe no ono nso ye chia ne bebre. Na Lakeside for thank you. Why in Rabbi? Why in Ran? Where we be there?
Adwana.
I don't know, seriously. Hey! Where we in Ran?
Adwa, eyare wo. Adwa boni hwe se se na Ghana fo bi ede nyamesom na kodu no. Aye mobo. Enu nti na nkrofo bebre akadem ama me no ka say die obi ono mo a ubusa ne se enfie dudu seni e na akwa asoro so meme nkwa asore emum no metifie a me read me Bible
yeah
adwa metimi aka Nyankopon so no kreni se be 3 years me ntumi nansi asore that just last week na me se ma start me kwa asore because so wo hwe de adifo bi ye ni asofo bi ya eye mobo wo betso ubusa wo se enti Nyankopon na ka kire wo se munye sei
Yakobo so mo winra
obetimi kwa sorry dem pa na yesi waye bibi na osofa kwa kotam cement so kona ko soa
ba hu osofo no se no tale sister no echi na o
doggy
o man sound
we doggy
it's Jesus that so mo yesa o sane yare na dem no
asofo ni ma enti asese bi ona ya no mo form feelings wo mkeke nyame ka bibi nchire wo mo omomanti asese omo yuso omo adwen ewe so hwe obi yire o ana obi mpuna twese de sofo asogire ne ho aso so be
wa down pa sa star no minimi ye pa o wa down wa shada cut down
come dani metumi come amu se de ya no
so ho na se wo chest no e ba fo mu
utimi se sofo no are you feeling what feeling what jine feelings are free mo
Hey, wait there, refevism. Teacher, you do so.
Says, I saw for ninja sa. Sure, when Yankopon asem bi o kan bi abebem. O say, e dani do our best if you aso for so.
Oh yeah.
Because aso for timit na say you so madwen. Etimi de dada enkrofo a eya na yemobo. Aso for timit gina on mo say, nyame say.
Da be no kan ye.
O kan time me oka for MTN number so and I say Vodafone and I Airtel so na wo hwe nyema so omoyen so a eni Nyankopon embebra bakusi
hope no de aba no bo echi a na wechi a no
Onyankopon Bible mo he fa na Nyankopon kire say members no one say oh excuse me say asofo ni bia ye say sebi we are full sebi yeah sebi ye nimu nyansa and I will say most of timemufon so no they don't read their Bibles. So we do Bible sister. And our kwa sorry sometimes we have something we call discernment spirit.
Yeah.
A bit me actually say aha no ma me won enye nyame fie aha no ma me won enye nyame fie.
Ada asa ma me okwa sorry bi okwa sorry no otama. Okodu we say na danfo na twe ne sa no so ye ma me say omudu wonu mu afa ora consultation we na mo ka dollars asem. Ma me so help so for na hu ni shoe na so na no aye say. No say ma me free anu mu say nkokra ansana ma frame me kunu amoma abeche wo
eya refu adwaboni me se me kwa so yi bi na asema me ike sa time no ho
doggy ne ye kire wo ho no
eya rehu hwe we ya wo se na me na friend so wonye sa kwantwe we emo big girlfriend
to say me hey
wo so wonye sa kwantwe we emo big girlfriend o chi spade na nya bre no wa o chi
no so no wrestling nko so wo ho ya ma ne so ye ko to demon na to atwene na
says share me say oh me call frustration mu some years ago and me yes say me kwa sorry you can imagine say so for na sis me kopie ne so asori ho no no osofo na obom pan ma me no a me wo problem na makonya me fie no na sofo na fe sofo na epeme adwamu ama me 5-6
osofo no person odwamu ma o
I'm telling you
me na sofo bi super person odwamu ma me na me gene ska
de gane o de guy
oh weja ba me mbo ne di o ma me hotel card o say udu waka say ukra platinum card o me kire we dem o be continue do na o de card na ma me na me see you mate na me sika na me ticket sika na o de ma me o de ma me say enyumre otimu say wakwadware na we sure ne spray ni bibia
na wanu meduro ni bi
nti o be do one e ka say oh obi ama ha o there's a platinum card requirement so the quadruple me cry for evidence exhibit you could do court am use as exhibit A you know me the dane quadruple now o ka kire obi musician be like veteran musician be o ka kire say sa girl na mo de ne ba no musie no girl no o de meka mo ka jana so o de meka osa for pacha me why so we try me spedede na me dwane me discane dwane
oh sis asofo ni bebre hu man bia ya no mo pe omo aso bi ho no ma kwa asori asofo ni hu a opel enti so far as opel no be use all means akwanchire bia by force obeso chira e dia so uti so ba asofo no omunjai because omo enjai a dachi wan hwe asodi e be bom so no he ade bia sister ye no ye benya so aketu ansa na ye
na prophet oduro say na prophet oduro be ka no
see kanya mi adwia kire
God will judge you na kwa me be mama me
German for I'm mad for what
I want us to establish this fact. Say you were so for papa ho.
Oh yes, of course.
That is 1 2. Yeah. You were asofo boni wo mutrim so ho. Again to ohwe Bible no mu a na asori nshade ni ho. Na asori ni ho.
Yeah.
What Bible no can fellowship. It's not church. Yeah. A fellowship. So we go, we learn the word of God. We are near Koyefie. Ebi na Jesus here no.
Yeah.
O chiro mu nyame nsem ne wie na won se comedy omo. No, so let me feed them. No, you see, the reason why asofo no bin omoji offering no is that asofo no nye dwuma bia.
Okay.
Enti no sabi you offering no obeje no. Eno na nso behwe no. Wotumi nya time abompa de amam.
Okay. And there is understandable.
You understand?
There are things nah.
The tithe no omoji no. Asofo nye adwuma. Enti oje wo tithe na.
So sin yankopon ye ko yankopon.
Dabi asofo bia nye tithe me yankopon. Ojidi because the tithe is meant for the Levite. The Levites are those who work in the house of God.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That is how the Bible says.
Yeah. And apart from apart from offering no any tithe and no pen ye nim say Bible cry declare say but no Nyankopon say beto so the 5 million.
You see and this is where I want to advise we Christian.
Yeah.
Be spiritual Christian, don't be a religious Christian.
Okay. Because they're showing as a religious
Christians. The problem as you say, what you say, a Christian na you're religious. A Christian na. Because when you are a spiritual person, it never be saying move you because your spirit will talk to you.
Yeah.
You're in see Yankopon ending abro. Yankopon man soon be a TMU on here communicate every day.
Yeah.
We read the Bible now. Paul said that because our ears have been seared with hot iron. So when God is talking to us, we don't listen, we don't hear. So it is up to us to come back to our senses.
You
see?
And now I suffer.
You see?
Obi has one material.
I was suffer me one. I suffer. I suffer. I suffer. I suffer.
Oh, Osofu bia nyame afre no odi nyame mra so no onye dede.
Very true.
Me minim sofu bia owo bush bi or a prophet power bush ombie but ukohia na nsem obeka kire wo no onje one po sofu bia oye nyame adwuma nyame na afre na yankopon na ekasa gu na sum say do this do abcd
yeah.
Onye dede da ye will be muso anyame afre no but o decide say obe follow trends Entino osue entino ni baba no ho so no na instead of say message nyame ade am so on deliver no na we follow the media and the trends no ni baba no so no so die chi no so kobi.
Oh, okay.
Also bibi okrom hanom nyame ngo say kasa e won so a e won so pa. Recently in Sensemi to Tono, personally yeah me there because God needed him to be on track.
Okay.
Yes, God needed him to be on track because no oswe. Sometimes the yankopon who say oh chia yankopon not to me create issue ma. So no wa frɛ wa.
Very true. Me say nana kwa me yankopon.
Ono ankasa to me create issue ma say na be ya. You come back to track. Na go yankopon no say I me na me dey adwuma na ma say wo yi.
As a Jonah osoma no na oso won ko no. Ono create problem ma.
Create issue ma. But I don't know it comes once in a blue moon be.
Yeah.
See, it is a one answer back to tracker. Then God will re-energize you again, anoint you again, empower you again for the work. And then sa Jimmy Semna na wo ye no unye biem because nyame atwanso kakra back to track. A Christopher ya ba ye problem man say we are failing to learn and read and understand the word of God. And then Bible when so read all books. It will open your mind to an extent that also will be preaching wa be say akoy o preaching me e sekanti no preaching me. And mess that coffee. You say it. When we begin see nientia akoy say a Christopher bebre na to be sua de say asofo no bebre na de ehu ato omutrim ene omoso. Enti no ogina so dem ho no ma ni hu na popo because asofo no akansem bi or the fear asanimu. So most Christians are almost them they are living in fear. And you also want to say, go and slap obi obakubo obi asum kori stone obari because a fear. Obi so ka so nyame honhom.
Yeah.
Bible ni say the spirit of the prophet is subject to the bearer. Say nyame honhom wo so a nyame honhom no wu ni pada honhom wo so no you have total control over the spirit.
Yeah.
Interesting, nyame honhom na ba so ama untumi control ho a we Jimmy for because it will get to a time we be bibia it will go against obi.
Yeah.
And you know religious no yen a Christopher ya fa so ya no we shouldn't be religious, we should be spiritual people.
Yeah.
Because you are a spiritual being. Mo na wo to odom no you are a spiritual being living in a body.
I know.
And you know you don't need anybody to come and tell you say Ebia, do this. You have to be able to have a way to communicate with God.
Yeah.
Good. Nevertheless, you know, you were a deep for public so when they meet you, not all can you me asem adwin nyame hom asem na o ka kire wa your spirit will tell you say this man is telling me the truth.
And no pray. Nana me da say. Me da say nyame revivism. You materialism.
Well, Mona, make us a won't say a bar a software sem maybe a kana one shadan can ya. Bible now make us say touch not my anointed or say them.
And do my prophets no harm.
Maybe good. I am the all the one about. Touch not my anointed. Then it went further. Do my prophet no harm. Yeah. Touch not the anointed. It's good for every believer.
Yeah.
It's not for any man of God.
Yeah.
And God was talking to the devil.
All believers too.
Yeah. God was not talking to Obi.
Nana Kwame
God was talking to the devil.
Baby, I do you know Nana Kwame Saturday. I best and wapa. Now you take a part two because me I watch that no. I said. Who shake it table? You are teaching. You are teaching the deep things of God.
Yeah. Because listen.
Yeah.
Because the reason why
you hold on Saturday we baby him. At the Saturday send Nana Kwame to me baby.
Mona, now me share video and I was asking myself, say even your colonial masters now, I'm going introducing Christianity to you know, but they're doing this. Yes, they were not even doing this. She yakra because what I knew was that way back then it was all about the African traditional religion.
Yeah.
Pouring of libation, making of sacrifice, and now we were so well versed in the taboos, talking about the wise sayings, and I needed shaping your lives. There was nothing like any document of a form of what? A Bible. But now, Sanyama when Abba, and Sana come and but me take the aspect of Shinyi. Mammy at now show. Now when you do baby, now I'm quite sorry, not so for the Sabe. mame and now what GD?
Yeah.
What GD? Who comes here for first kind? Send now what chimo? I want 9 months, you know. Oh, kuno. The name Yana said normally we say this in the charismatic churches. Excuse my language, I may where yeah, because Orthodox churches, anyone
yeah.
Me, I'm a proud Presbyterian, but come on, me a Presbyterian so for.
Presbyterian.
Yes.
Or so for be a prophet, be anyone in will be.
I don't know. Sign will be anyone. And I will share a quantum. Oh, body no is the temple of God.
Yeah.
It's one cross sorry cry. You know the good deeds as well as the bad deeds, the do's and the don'ts.
Yeah.
It's the other you do the right thing. Yeah. It's one cross sorry a war. Me no be on cross sorry. Every month in Titan or the call boy Yanka. Because of the commerce of war. Or the better card them no nante, no bread.
So for the baby.
Yes.
And I make no so for the baby, semi fantastic.
What I say? It's a mabako. Anyway. But ukasa who take it aspect. We say na kwa me kan no ya aso for papa and aso for money. Me kwa sorry as a Presbyterian na me say me to offer na me give it title. Ha me because ye dia no ye dey nyama bebre bi na ye dey sisi schools. Ye dey boy nyanka, ye dey yes because we private schools are edoso. Methodist schools edoso. Bisa say no ma ye. Even Islamic God you can see.
Recidivism. Saturday you beto aso and then Thursday Saturday you beto aso memre na yemre ebusuafo adwobro ni papa bi mo na go chi and me di dwumade mu chia me Biribi Gye Gye Wo dwumade dey say wa wonim we always leave you in suspense. Saturday so we may say from 7 to 9 p.m. o may say Biribi Gye Gye Wo dwumade dia and then na wara o sha me okoma edin no eye ba ko pe Queen Goddess adwobro ni papa bi mo na go chi Ana oba teddy menya botre na maje wo so thank you adepa bo menyom
Oh